Argentina. Here's written in the book from the 1970s some things about it. They said that it is quite a big country. It goes 3,500 kilometers down the latitudes, 32 latitudes, from subtropical regions down to subantarctic regions. And in the center there's the big region called the Pampas, and there's rich black soil. There was once tall grass, but now there are many cattle, is written here. And then there's in the southern region, Patagonia, there are not many towns. Tucaman is, for example, there, or Mendoza. Then it is completely at the south, shared with Chile, there is Tierra del Fuego, land of fire. There are many volcanoes, active volcanoes, that's why. So the country is around Chile, at the side completely down at the ends. There's another region at the ends, this mountain range, there's also another region. There are the towns which are just named, Tucaman and Mendoza. And they are down there, the Chile, and the mountains and the ends. Then in the north, there's Bolivia, and then Paraguay, and then a part of Brazil between then Uruguay. And between Uruguay and the Pandare River there is then the Entre Rios or Chaco region. And there are some sheep are also in Patagonia in the south, and therefrom is wool made. And there are some towns. In the 18th, 19th century, there was a lot of railway building done. And there are some towns from that time, for example, then Cordoba and Santa Fe and Rosario and Buenos Aires, the capital. Then at Rio de Plata, there's another town, then La Plata, the town La Plata, then Mar del Plata and Bahia Blanca, then also there. And then further south, there are Comodoro Rivadavia and Deseado, also as towns. And there's a lot of meat production, so a lot of cattle. And in the 1880s, there was the refrigerator ship invented, and with that it was possible to transport then the body of the animals over weeks in the ships after the animals had been killed, so meat. And wool is exported, also wheat and maize. In 1516, there came people from Spain, for example, is he mentioned in the book, and Juan de Solis was it, and Juan de Solis. And Pedro de Mendoza then founded Buenos Aires in 1536. And then at some time in the beginning of the 19th century, there was 1806 something, there was the invasion of Britain, because Argentina was in an allegiance with France, and Britain was fighting against France and Napoleon. So Britain invaded, but Argentina could defeat them. And then in 1816, encouraged from these developments at this time, is said here in the book like that, when Argentina got independence, there followed then a time of division. There was then Juan Manuel Rosas, then here named in the book as a dictator, and he has then, quote, ruthlessly was he ruling, but he has then said in the book during the time a sense of nationality arose. So the story goes on a bit on, there's basically nothing mentioned in the book, and then there was some periods where it was a bit more difficult with military intervention. Also, when after the Great Depression from 1929-1931 had hit Argentina as well, and there was then another person, Juan Domingo Perón, ruling then in the following decades, was an important person. There the book ends. It's written in the 1970s, and that is according to the Reader's Digest Library of Modern Knowledge, Book 3. Part 22, Regions of the Earth, written by Hugh Clayton, John Coyle, Michael Frenchman, and D.H. Sinclair, on the page 1112 and 1113.